Cuties, it's me, Ginger. Welcome back to my channel, The Royal Diaries, where we talk all things fashion, fashion entrepreneurship, and just the glam life of fashion that you would all like to be a part of. Today, I have a very special guest, my really great friend and costumer, Nikki. We had actually worked on a project on her channel, reimagining Tiana's final ball gown from Princess and the Frog. And today we're actually going to talk about my process of if Tiana wore El Royalty, what would that look like, and how she would be the Barbie girl today in 2021.
Hi guys, my name is Nikki Blackwell. I am a costumer and online content creator, party princess, kind of Jill of all trades. I teach costume making and vintage fashion, historical fashion on YouTube here. Ginger is one of my good friends. We work together in costuming and we collabed for this Tiana video, and I'm really excited to see what she creates for Tiana and El Royalty.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, Nikki, for that. I wanted to go over, just show you some of my sketches that I've made for Tiana and just kind of get a little bit of your feedback of what you think, being a customer and being a Disney princess in real life and really knowing what princesses would wear if they were down here with the common folk that are extra. I want to talk about my Tiana raincoat kind of cape situation that I designed. The sketch for that one, what I was thinking was making petals that are kind of similar to her dress, so that kind of petal lily pad look. But it would just be like a cape layer and maybe 2 or 3 layers on the top that looks like petals. And then I would have some kind of flower here at center front and maybe a stand collar. Maybe it goes with a hook and eye or maybe tie. What are you thinking about that one? Oh, and then it would be made out of green vinyl since it's raincoat. So green kind of clear vinyl. So what are your thoughts about that look? Would you say Tiana would wear this little raincoat, little capelet?
Yeah, I think this design is really cute. I love that it emulates her petals on her dress. I feel like Tiana would be pretty extra now that she's got that like bougie money. Like, I mean, I guess her prince is broke, but she's making all the money on her.
Yes.
Anytime you see her in like her fantasy element or when she actually does get her restaurant, she's dressed to the nines.
Yeah.
In 2020, you know she would be wearing whatever is like the most on trend or really setting the trends too. So yeah, I think this is really cute. And I know it's kind of damp down there in Louisiana. So you wouldn't want to get whatever she spent her good money on wet. So yeah, this is super cute. I like the idea of a tie because it like her flower and the vines and stuff.
Oh yeah, that would be cute.
Yeah, super cute. I like that it's cropped too, so you like really get that long leg too.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I like the kind of croppedness of it. I know it's not like a full like raincoat, trench coat type of deal, but this is light rain, I assume, or just a little misty out, so you don't need the full thing. Do you think it could be longer, or do you like the kind of crop length? Because I'm feeling the crop length. I'm open to hear what you think.
I like the crop length. I think a little capelet thing is really a vibe. I feel like if it got too long, just the vinyl would be, because you have the multiple layers, it would be heavy, and then when you put paint on it. So yeah, it's like a shoulder umbrella. And
yeah.
I think that's really cute, and I like that design. That's definitely something that I would wear myself.
Great, thank you. I like it too. I mean, I love designing my raincoats, and those are like the more popular items on my website. So that's why the first thing I thought of, I was like, okay, if she wore raincoats or like garment, what would that look like? I thought about doing a trench coat just because her first look, she's wearing a duster with her yellow dress underneath. But I mean, she's a princess now, so now she gets to do whatever she wants. She's a princess. She got her restaurant. She got her man. She can do whatever she wants now. She don't have to wear no duster. So
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and she would probably want to actually like eschew the duster era. So she's like, that's not who I am anymore. She went through that rebirth in the movie. So yeah. I think it would be totally reasonable for her to want to try a new style and not, go back to her old ways.
Yeah, I totally agree. That's kind of my thought process for that one. Another idea I had of a kind of like a cocktail kind of look. I want to play with using these kind of sleeves. I kind of have them on right now, actually, but these sleeves that have just a opening. I would probably move the opening here instead of like the underarm seam. But a cocktail dress that kind of plays with, it's kind of a cape, but it's kind of long sleeves. It's fitted, corseted kind of sweetheart top, and just a pencil kind of skirt, maybe go a little bit above the knee, and a little bit, maybe a little flower, just also tying back to her look in Princess and the Frog and her ending look. So what are your thoughts about that look? Would you think she would wear this as a little after 5 cocktail dress? Or would you change maybe the neckline or something like that?
Yeah, no, this is actually, I think, my favorite of all the designs. I'm a sucker for a big dramatic sleeve. And I like that you said that you would move it here because like if the cut is underneath, you kind of lose all the drama of having that cut there. So yeah, I think having it here would be cool. I like the idea of it kind of starting lower. So you get that kind of like, ooh, peekaboo capelet.
Mm-hmm.
I love the like peekaboo like corset, like the keyhole. That's it.
Yes.
With the contrast. I always love a good contrast, and I'm a sucker for a good corset. So
yes.
Absolutely my favorite. Like, let's see those curves, let's see that leg. And again, I love that accent of her little boutonniere flower on the waist. So yeah, this is my favorite design.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I really liked it too. I mean, I want to play with these sleeves. I've had that kind of idea for a while, but I feel like it's always someone that's a little bit extra because they're really all about drama and like making an entrance, and because you wouldn't wear this just like let me just go to McDonald's or something. I mean, you can, but this is definitely a drama look. So I was like, well, if it's after 5, it's not a red carpet ball gown, but she can still make an entrance and look elegant. That's what I was thinking. I haven't thought about fabrics yet. I will say that for this one. I haven't really thought about the color palette or things like that. I think I need to see some fabrics and just kind of get inspired and kind of see what I find. But I would probably keep it the color palette of her dress from the movie, that kind of soft pastel kind of green, and just light yellow or buttercream as you called it, because now I'm learning colors now because I just call them they're basic as they are. Just like that light kind of buttercream or ivory kind of mixed colors, I would probably do that with that one. But does that sound about right to you? I mean, I don't know fabric types yet. I would have to feel something and be like, yeah, this is it. But
yeah, no, I love that. I feel like something dainty. The sleeves to complement the structure of the skirt and the pencil skirt. But yeah, other than that, I love it. I know we're looking at just the initial sketch right now, but there's something about that contrast of the darkness in the sleeves. I know that's represent like the openness, but I feel like it might be cool to have some sort of darker contrast. But of course that kind of depends on what you can find and how it works with pastels. But no, I love it. I love it a lot.
Well, maybe if it was darker, maybe on the inside of the sleeve, like you were saying, like that might work well. And maybe like the, the collar, maybe that's the same color as the inside of the sleeves, and that kind of ties it together. Maybe the darker colors also could be piping on the bodice, because I also love doing piping for some reason. I like doing that. And I like making my own piping too, which is always like because you can never find like it in a package. Like I always end up, okay, let me just make it, and then I have it, and it's out the right fabric, and I don't have to worry about nothing. Then it's always like sewing things like twice, basically.
Yep.
Piping and then I actually love that. I think having a darker color actually might be a really good contrast, especially for an after 5 dress. So no, I love that idea too. So I think that's great that you said that.
Well,
yeah.
For the sleeve, is this going to be, or would this be detachable? Because I love the idea of being able to get like 2 looks out of this, because the corset dress itself is a look, and then the sleeve thing is a look, and I feel like that'd be fun to be able to pair it with other looks. Is that something that you would consider doing?
Yeah, actually, that would be a great idea if the top was kind of a shrug in a sense. And maybe it just kind of goes straight in the back, and then yeah, you can just untuck it. Yeah, I didn't actually think of that, but that would be great because yeah, then you can wear it with other outfits, and it you can kind of switch it up. So actually, yeah, no, that's a good idea. Maybe I'll actually do that because that would be great to have separates because I love separates and mixing things. So
For sure, yeah.
and then the other one I wanted to ask you about, like, I'm not sure if I don't remember if I sent you or I showed you my New York Fashion Week finale dress that I made in 2017. So the first New York Fashion Week I did, that was kind of my finale red carpet Barbie queen dress because it was just so full. And Rashawn, I actually borrowed the petticoat from Rashawn because he made it for his final project for his school and everything. So there's just a lot of love in this dress. And it had like a mesh top and little rosettes that I like hand sewed on so to cover the boob, but it kind of looked like she was naked, but then, she's wearing a little mesh. So I had that idea of being a Disney princess on the red carpet, but also Elle royalty and kind of keeping that. So I kind of came up with this finale runway dress for Tiana, where it would be the same kind of mesh look, petals to kind of cover up here, but kind of give that illusion of, she's showing off everything, showing off her arms, her back, her, belly, her leg, like showing off everything, but it's, covered. And then just having a really full skirt at the bottom, but keeping with the kind of petal idea that it doesn't come to the center or anything. It's just a little off on the princess seams. And then there's a little, pencil skirt. I don't know why I feel she needs to be in a pencil skirt so much. Doing a little pencil skirt at the bottom. I don't know why. I guess that's what you gonna wear for me. But and then having a little pencil skirt in that contrast color. Like, how are you feeling about this? Like, if this was like her red carpet, if she went to the premiere of Tiana's story, I don't know, Tiana's restaurant, her life story or something, she went to a red carpet. How do you feel this look would kind of translate in overall?
I love this look. I feel like it both says I am a modern empowered woman. I am sexy. I own my sexy, but I'm also a businesswoman. like pencil skirts just read business to me.
Yeah.
But I like that because it's like, she would be donning this for a red carpet thing. So this is her she is so work focused. And then at the end of the movie, she learns to let go a little. So it's like, yeah, I am a hard worker underneath, but I also know how to let go and have fun. I love the nude illusion moment. I think it'd be really cute to see like the magnolias on the chest, to like emulate her dress. And I love, once again, that contrast. Big contrast person here. I like in the waist too, to really be like, look at my waist, look at my figure. That's super cute. I love the idea of it being like the overskirt is cream to match the magnolias or whatever, and then having like a dark rich green on the underside. Yeah, and this is perfect too because it encapsulates the businesswoman and the princess with the two different skirts.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I love it. I think it's super cute.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I'm always like nervous. I'm like, oh, anybody like this stuff that I do? But yeah, I agree. I think it does, now that you mention it, kind of does give that kind of business kind of look, but also princess at the same time, where she's like, look, I got my restaurant. I know I'm a princess, but I also got my restaurant that I'm trying to run and trying to change things out here. So, and I love actually using, a rich dark green and, a lighter color on the top, like the buttercream. I think that would really make this look just really cute and soft and feminine and just really princess-like. So maybe if I'm able to recreate this dress within the next couple of weeks, I can think about that and do that when I'm looking downtown for fabrics and stuff like that. Maybe it could be, similar to the dress that you're recreating or something like that. Maybe trying to find something.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Oh, I wonder if I have enough of the petal fabric left over. Do you want it to try and recreate this if you have time?
Oh, I mean, yeah, that would be great. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I mean, definitely use all that you need because I know, given my opinions on that dress, I know you're like, okay, that's another pattern piece. That's another pattern piece.
Yeah, no, I think that'd be cool to see one of these, if not all of them, recreated at some point. But whatever you have time for, I know I just it's on you.
Yeah, that's the tough part. But I mean, I guess this is kind of how I would reimagine her in an Elle royalty kind of look. Do you still feel like if you saw this and knowing my brand and my aesthetic and things, would you see this and be all like, oh, I can see that's Elle royalty, or you'd be like, this is a whole different designer. Who it is?
Yeah, I mean, especially for the raincoats, like that's 100% you. I could spot that immediately. The looking at your influence now from your NYC thing, like I completely see that in the Nude Illusion. Actually, you know what? Funny story. I didn't realize we knew each other previous to working together.
Oh, really?
I watched your fashion show that you got engaged at. So, so now that I'm thinking about it, this reminds me of some of those looks that I saw, but I only just now put those two together.
Oh, how funny.
But yeah. You had, I think it was a, like a blue lace, like kimono dust thing. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
So if I saw that, especially if you did do a lace or something like that, I'd be like, okay, I see exactly what that is. Yeah, definitely. This is definitely in your Elle royalty brand.
Oh, okay. I just want to make sure because sometimes I'm like, maybe it's a little too out there and I'm not sticking true to my aesthetic. I know it's not pink, but I can't make everything pink.
But even then, when I think of your brand, I think of like a pastel rainbow because like you are very pink, but you also have like pops of blue and green and yellow. And like watched your fashion show at Anime LA. It was very colorful. It was very like, pastel Harajuku. So yeah, I think the only one that is a little bit different, but I like that it's different, is the corseted dress with the sleeves.
Right.
If you chose like a lace or something for those sleeves, I'd be like, oh, that's Elle royalty, like right. Because your brand is very light and airy and free-spirited.
I agree actually, because that one is the one that would be kind of a new category for me anyway, because I don't do so much evening or after 5, but it is something that I do want to get into.
And you have one more here too.
Oh yeah, so this one, so it's not my favorite. I know it's kind of silly, but I was kind of thinking of like, those cheap like Party City version of Tiana's dress. I was like, okay, well that, but like it's made with a circle skirt. There's a tutu underneath it. Like it's kind of like her dress, but like shorter, but like made better and with better materials. Because I know you've seen it and you're like, really? Or whoever, Poly City or Halloween Town, whoever makes it. We know the cheap adult costume of hers that just looks bad. So for this one, I was more thinking of, like just a full circle skirt, kind of underlayer, and then kind of mimicking her dress with having the different petals, asymmetrical, and having the petals on the bodice. Um, and then I was trying to turn it into a halter. I was trying to figure out like how I wanted to do it, like have it be a halter and tie in the back, or just have it straight, straps going straight back. Just kind of playing, figuring. I mean, that's something that kind of lasts years ago.
I really like that. I think there needs to be more just nice Disney bounds for people, and I think what you have here like really encapsulates that. I like that kind of like high low on the one side, and I feel like that little petty peeking out is going to be really cute. It reminds me of just like flower petals sticking out from underneath the little whatever that leaf is that encapsulates a flower before it blooms.
Mm-hmm.
I like the halter too, and that you've really defined the waistband there. Like I'm such a sucker for like a really defined waist. Like give me that contrast belt or something like that. And I like that you carried it through to the straps as well.
Mm-hmm.
The idea of a halter too, because you like having those like the ribbons trail down the back would be super cute, but it also kind of reminds me of like the 20s like boas. Nice version of the 20s, but yeah, just that's something draping off the shoulder. No, I really like it. I think it's super cute, and I feel like that's something that the Disney bound community would really like to have too.
Oh, okay. Like it wasn't my favorite, even though I think I drew this one first. But maybe that's why I hated it, because it was the first one. I hated it, but it wasn't my favorite, I'll say.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, like I mean, whatever one inspires you the best. If you have time, build it. I think that'd be super cool. I am curious though, how would the different layers of the raincoat, how would they interact? Would they stick together? Would you have something in between to keep them up? Would it be in the patterning?
For the raincoat, I think I wouldn't stick them together. I think I would try to figure out, because I haven't done something where petals with vinyl, so this would be a great learning curve for me, but I would try to figure out, I think, in the patterning to make it kind of stick up a little bit at the ends, because I still want to have it almost like it would be 3 layers, like a layer of vinyl and then the other, longer layer, and then the one layer. But I don't know. I mean, it might be a little bit difficult now that I'm saying this out loud. They would all have to be sewn to each other, because that would be a lot just going into the neck. So maybe, I would have to kind of think of like the best way to put it together, because then the neck would be super bulky, because it would be 3 layers of vinyl and then just like 2 layers of a collar, the top collar, under collar situation. Maybe I would have to attach the petals to maybe the underlayer that's actually pretty straight, and just sew it on there, kind of like doing ruffles in a sense, like doing a ruffled skirt. Maybe that's how I would do it. I'd probably have to make a mini version and then make a big version to see. Because now that I think about it, that would be a lot going into the neck if I did all 3 layers. Because already vinyl and vinyl next to each other is already really thick, inexperienced using vinyl. It's cool, but it's it's vinyl, it's stiff.
It might even be cool to get, I don't know what vinyl options are out there. I've only worked with it in very small amounts. But like have a color gradient of each of the panel. So like, or even like the bottom being that ivory, the middle petal being the buttercream, and then the top being the green.
Oh yeah.
Combination, I think that'd be cool. But also I could see it in just your classic green vinyl, and having all those layers would be really neat.
Yeah. And I can, maybe I'll look and see color wise, because there's a couple places I go to that have a bunch of different colors and different kind of gauges of vinyl as well. So maybe I can find something that's a little bit thinner vinyl, the thinner gauge, so then sewing it won't be so bulky and it won't feel so like heavy and stuff. But maybe also finding those colors would be good, because that would also be cute too, to having keeping with the dress and having the same colors like the movie. So yeah, no, I actually love that. So it's great. We should talk out all my designs every time.
I'm down. I think they're super cute. Do we get pockets in any of these?
Pockets. Well, definitely in the After 5 look, I would definitely put little side pocket, inseam side pockets. I would probably put those there. The probably gonna have to not have pockets. Whatever she gonna wear underneath gonna have to have pockets. A little Disney bound version. I mean, I could maybe kind of figure out a way to put pockets in there because I'm thinking everything kind of wraps around, so it would have to be a different layer. That one I'd have to figure out where I can stick a pocket because it would be great to have pockets because oh my gosh, like I love pockets. Love pockets. Because I don't ever want to, like, I do love carrying my purse, but also, if I just want to stick my phone in my pocket so I can take it out and take pictures every 5 seconds, that's what I want to do. And, the evening gown, I could probably do the same thing and hide pockets in the little pencil skirt underneath because you won't even see the side seams anyway. So, so she can just kind of open up the dress and kind of reach in and then keep her straps in there or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I love it.
Where pockets easily go, I will put pockets in things.
Absolutely. Yeah, even like looking at your reference picture from your NYC finale dress, I could see your Tiana finale dress being in this ivory overlay that you have on it.
Mm-hmm.
Petally and florally, something that feels like she just poofed out of a petal and now it's like trailing behind her, like something.
I mean, I love flowers. So, I mean, like so many of my designs have florals in them. So I think that's why I'm always like big circle skirts because flowers get all big and they blossom and they open and all those.
Yeah. Yeah, and I like the dress that you're wearing next to your NYC model.
Mm-hmm.
I love the flow of that, and that's what I'm imagining based on your sketch is having that waterfall away from the legs, and it really those legs too.
Yes, that cascading kind of the big gown is really what I love. I mean, that's why this coat is my favorite. That's my extra coat that I was like, is anybody gonna like this coat? I don't know if I should sell it because maybe it's a little too extra, but I love the cascading part of it. I love that it's really long in the back. It's super long. Like I said, it's for someone that's like 7 feet tall. Because you have to wear like heels because it's just there's a train in the back. It's so but I like that it's high-low. So I like that effect. With skirts a lot. I do like using that. I try not to use it all the time because then it's just like every skirt gonna be high-low. But I do like that effect. So that's what my sketch is kind of emulating is really that kind of cascade that's happening there.
Yeah.
So if maybe I could ask you this, if you were creating, let's just say recreating any of these looks after, sketching, would you start pattern making and kind of figuring out patterns, or would you want to get swatches, figure out fabrics, do that, and then pattern make, and then figure out how much fabric you need? And I just kind of want to hear from somebody else who does their design process, and show that you can have many ways to do design things. You don't have to follow one way.
Yeah. My design process is kind of a chaotic mess.
Okay.
It really just depends on the really whatever it is. So sometimes I'll look at a fabric and be like, oh, I know exactly what I'm going to make out of this. For these, I feel like the Disney bound or the After 5 dress is probably what I'd make. I'd probably initially start off going to the fashion district and looking at fabrics and seeing what called my name, and then kind of, because it is a crapshoot what you can get down there, I'd probably let that guide which dress I made. But that corset is really calling to me. So
not that you need another corset, but you can always use another corset.
I don't need it, but do I want it? Yes. Am I gonna get it? Yes. Yeah, so I like the sleeve really calls to me too. So I'd probably start with that one and go see if there's something downtown that would really fit the vibe of this dress.
Okay, yeah. And then you would just get into pattern making it out, or, pulling your blocks or draping, or however, whatever your process would be.
Yeah.
And would you make a mock-up? Would you make mock-ups first, or would you just kind of go straight into the fashion fabric?
I would make a mock-up, especially because it's a corset. I'm very particular about fit. I always want the corsets to fit like as perfect as possible. So I would definitely make a mock-up for that. I think I have a pattern though. So like if I have a pattern already ready, I would use that. For the pencil skirt, I would probably draft it. And then for the sleeves, I would probably half draft, half drape. I'd probably drape the chest piece.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'd probably draft the sleeves just because I'm so bad with sleeve heads. That's why most of my stuff is sleeveless actually, is I'm terrible with sleeve heads.
They're not, they are difficult. Like fitting
Yeah.
them, I mean, listen, you are not the only one that don't know how to do that, okay? When you work in the fashion industry, trust me, all the factories that be selling stuff, they have no idea.
Yep.
You're always adding extra ease to the cap. You're always taking out. You're always moving the underarm seam in because it's flying away. Like nobody knows how to do. Crotches and sleeves. People do not know how to do. Okay, so feel bad because these are people that have been making stuff apparently for years and years and years, and still they got a terrible block and they still can't do it right. So.
Yeah. I think at this point I've just found I have a couple patterns that work good enough, and I just make them work.
With those. Yeah.
A lot of my personal clothes, you'll see there's a little pleat always at the shoulder seam where like I didn't bother to ease in the extra.
Oh.
I just make a cute little pleat and call it a day. I'm like, it was intentional.
Oh yeah, been there, done that. Nobody can tell.
Yeah. I'm like, I don't care. Plus, like, sometimes it's cute to have that little bit of a poop.
Yeah.
Instead of getting it a completely flat sleeve. So yeah, I'm bad about that. But yeah, I think this would be super fun to make.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I just really wanted like everyone to hear like a different design process, because I think some people, you read out of a book and it says, okay, design first and make sure you have everything right, and then get swatches and then pattern make and then check and then maybe do several mock-ups, and like sometimes it doesn't take all that. Like you said, you have a pattern, you have a pattern that works. So all you got to do is really just cut it out, because you already know. You don't have to do really a mock-up for that unless you were possibly making for somebody else in a size that you don't have. And then same with the sleeve kind of cape part, you would kind of half draft, half drape, because I think I would probably do the same just to get this really to sit nicely. I don't know if I would do a dart or not. I would have to literally look at it. I wouldn't want to do a dart because I hate doing darts. I hate seams, even though wovens need seams, but I hate adding a bunch of seams. I was like, can I put this on here with less seams as possible? But I really did I want like other people to hear, like, just because you're not doing the order of what's in a book or what somebody else is telling you that the order needs to be, that it's totally fine. Because if you get to the same ending spot, which is making the garment, then you don't need to worry about how you got there. You can do all these steps, but do them in the order that makes the most sense to you. So, because like for me, I would get the fabric. I would look for the fabric first and then kind of pattern make. I would kind of do a little similar of what you do, because my process is very kind of chaotic as well. So, even me sketching first and not just getting fabric and then sketching is very different.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing too, is like once you've learned the rules of how to do a thing, you can break it.
Yeah.
you technically should pattern out your garment first and know exactly how much yardage you're going to need, but you could also just be like a chaotic like squirrel and just hoard all the fabric and buy more than you think you need. But yeah, I definitely do mock-ups because I like a good fit. And fit really just makes or breaks a look.
No, you're very right.